do you know about element 26, or iron? You may think you know everything about this useful metal, but I'm here to tell you right now that you are wrong. Let me prove it to you. Think for a second. Do you know how many isotopes of iron are known to man, or why it is crucial to all life? If you do, I'm sure that there's still something more you could learn about element Fe, so pay attention.
First, let's look at an iron atom.
The average mass of an iron atom is about 55.85 AMU. Rounded, that's 56 AMU, which is just about the mass of 91.7% of all iron atoms, the isotope 56Fe. In its neutral state, this isotope has 26 protons, 30 neutrons, and 26 electrons. Those 26 electrons are distributed on the shells as follows. 2 are on the K shell, 8 are on the L shell, 14 electrons are on the M shell, and the N shell has 2 electrons. This specific iron atom has no electrons in the O, P, or Q shells. Now that we've covered the boring part, let's take a look at the periodic table.
Phew! Whew! That was disgusting!
Here it is, element 26, iron. As you can see, iron is part of the transition metal family. That means it's classified as a metal, of course. It's part of the fourth period. You may be thinking, yeah, so where was iron discovered? Well, luckily, iron was not discovered here. Nope. Iron has basically been discovered everywhere and has been known of since prehistoric times. It's even mentioned in the Bible. Today, iron is obtained from ores in the crust. Iron makes up 5.6% of the crust's weight, but it is thought that iron may have originally been found in meteorites, which are mostly made up of iron. Also, around 90% of the Earth's core is probably iron. It's also found on Earth, like in oceans and streams, and in our blood. No way is there metal in my blood. I mean, how did it get there? Don't be stupid. Actually, without iron in our blood, and in animals' blood, there would be no way for red blood cells to get oxygen to all the other cells in the body. The chemical that is used to transport oxygen is called hemoglobin, and it can't be produced without iron. A lack of iron causes anemia, so make sure that you get enough. Don't get enough iron in your diet? Afraid of anemia? Well, not anymore, with Iron-O's! A delicious morning meal with one important mineral. Get a box now! Well, not quite. Too much iron leads to kidney and liver damage. But how can we be sure we get enough and not too much? Just make sure you have red meat and green leafy vegetables in your diet. Usually iron isn't dangerous, but iron powder is a fire hazard, and some iron compounds may cause cancer. One iron-based chemical may be harmful to the environment. Time for fan mail!
Fan mail!
Dear Sam, I was just wondering what iron is really like. I mean, what are its properties? From Justin Bieber. Well, Justin, I usually only like to answer fan mail from cool people, but you asked a very good question, so here goes. Iron is shiny and silver colored. It's ductile and a relatively soft metal. Iron's melting point is 1811 Kelvin, and its boiling point is 3,134 Kelvin, but it is solid at room temperature. When solid, this naturally occurring element has a density of 7.874 grams per cubic centimeter. I don't really care if that answered your question or not. It was good information for the viewers of my show. But what is iron good for? What's the point? What is iron good for? Well, just about anything. It can be used to make a wide variety of things and is used in vehicles, structures, tools, containers, weapons, office supplies, appliances. It's also used for construction and manufacturing. And it's cheap. It only costs $6.70 for 100 grams of iron. In fact, iron is even more useful when mixed with other elements. When it is, pig iron, wrought iron, carbon steel, and alloy steels can be produced. Yes, iron is the cheapest, most abundant, most useful metal, and that's why 95% of world metal production is iron. That sounds pretty good to me. It's easily obtainable, it's been in use for a long time, and it runs through the veins of everything in the animal kingdom. And that's why I am Iron Man.